Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M53 M55. It's the Tier 9 American SPG, and this one's located on the north spawn of Prokhorovka under the command of firekitty. Now, she submitted replays to us before, and she's heavily pregnant with her second child at the moment. She's got a lovely little daughter, and we don't know what we're expecting for the next one, but hopefully it'll be soon. Well, the M55, because this is an 8-inch howitzer which identifies it as an M55, is based on the pattern tank. The chassis has been turned around, the gun's been put at the back of the front of the tank rather, and the vehicle's driving with the gun, the engine up front. And firekitty's making her way over onto the east side of the map as quickly as she possibly can. And she found her firing position. Well, it looks to me like, yep, she's going to fire from there, and she's got a couple of targets turned up straight away, an M103 and a 50 TP. That's actually quite a good firing position there, because from there you can actually move west very, very quickly if you need to. Now, she's angled her tank in such a way so that she can actually fire on the hill as much as she can fire on the main field. But where she's located, she's going to get rescue blue every time she tries to fire further west, because the vehicle's going to have to adjust. She fires around at the M103. Oh! She got a direct hit on the vehicle, but it didn't do any damage other than 231 hit points. You could hear a clang as it actually hit the vehicle. It must have actually penetrated through the tracks. I'm not sure if it actually exploded. Now, I have heard of instances where rounds have actually gone into enemy vehicles, not exploded, but just created an enormous hole in the vehicle. And they've had to then sort of abandon the vehicle because it's just too dangerous to still play it. Or still use it, though. Oh my god, she just took out the enemy Arty on a blind shot kill. She located the enemy Arty, the GW Tiger. I would say the GW Tiger P, which is the Tier 8 version, and wiped him out with a blind shot. He must be really angry at this moment, probably throwing his keyboard at the screen for being kicked out of the battle and not being spotted. Well, he was spotted by firekitty. She managed to get him. Okay, T110E4 lining up the shot, rounds out, and he walked into that one. 296 hit points, near miss. It was a splash right in front of the tank, but it certainly still did a lot of damage. Now, she's got a 34.7 second reload, which is understandable given this is an 8-inch howitzer. It's an interesting fact to note that the M53 and the M55 share a common chassis and a common turret. All that needs to be changed to turn an M53 into an M55 is to change the gun. That's all that's necessary. The mountings are the same. All you need to do is just pull one gun out, put the other one in. Oh, we just lost an ST1 to that batch at 25 ton. He's retreating, lining up around, and oh, good shot. 200 hit points. And it looks to me like the Batchat was hit because there was a few rounds went in, and one of those seemed to stop when it reached the point where the Batchat was. But since there's nobody between firekitty and those enemy on the hill, I think she's decided that it's better to relocate to the west side of the map. One of the good things about the M53, M55 is that it is fairly quick to relocate. Some Artys are very slow. The GW Tiger P is painfully slow, but she's right up against the edge of the map, and that's slowing her down. It's providing resistance. And although there's an M103 over there, and she thought about firing at him for a second, instead she's decided she's going to go much further over. And I think that's a wise choice. I'd relocate to A1 and A2. I think that's the better place to be right now, because I have a sneaking feeling that Batchat 25 ton is going to come down from the hill and probably try to get to the cap area. Okay. That looks good. The driver for the M55 is actually located in the turret of the vehicle. In fact, actually, that's the driver's hatch you can see there on the side of the vehicle. So he's actually sitting quite high up in the vehicle. Okay, we've got a T110E4. She's fired at this one before. Got some hit points off him. Fire a round in, and yes!
That was close.
210 hit points from Splash. There's that Batchat 25 ton again. Now she's setting up the field of fire. Just moving the vehicle around slightly, and that means now she's got a wide range of targets she can hit without actually having to move the vehicle at all. In fact, all of the enemy that we can see at the moment are within her field of fire. And it looks to me like she's going to go for this M103. Only a few seconds to go. She's loaded. Rounds out. He's backing into it. Yes!
Critical hit.
Direct hit. 263 hit points into his side. She's got a nice stun there. He's now one shot. There's that Batchat. Oh, she did have to adjust her angle there a bit. It looks like he's right up by the railway line. In fact, they seem to be congregating there. There is still one Arty on the enemy team, and it's also an M53, M55. And he's very likely to be firing in this way. Now she's got two tanks together, going for them. And yes, she gets damage off both of them. She put the shell between them to get damage from both. But yeah, unfortunately, that Carnarvon's going to be in dire danger of being hit by an Arty round now. Because although he's highlighting those tanks for us, he's actually going to be highlighted himself for the enemy Arty. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that Carnarvon have some stun on him any second. Right, going for the E75 or the Panther. No, we're going to go for the Batchat. No, we decided not to shoot because the Batchat is just too close to our teammates, but he's been killed. Go for the Panther. I'm going to direct hit. Oh my god. That was a huge hit. Went in through the roof of the Panther and really badly damaged him. 967 hit points of damage, and then we get some stun assist afterwards. Now there's still an E75 up there, and we got a T30 on top of the hill. The enemy cap area is now in our command, which tends to indicate the enemy Arty either is on the far east side of the map or on the far west side of the map. So we've killed all the enemy that are in sight, but oh, we got a direct hit there on the T30. Now I think some of the members of the team are interested about that west side of the map, and they're now sort of indicating that we should go south. But there's the E75. There are only 6 members of the enemy team left alive. Oh, we just lost our M46. We're almost loaded, and the E75 has been taken out by our ship barn, our FV4005 Stage 2. The E50 is under fire in the south, so either the T30 is doing that or somebody over in the west side. Well, we're aiming for the T30, but we've decided to switch our field of fire, and we're looking round now to the west. The E50's going in, but I think he was just hit again, and I think it was Arty this time, because he stopped suddenly. Oh, there's a tree went down there. She's fired a round in, speculatively. Well, our fire knocked down the tree, but there may have been an enemy there. We just lost our E50. Now that would indicate there is somebody down there. The tree going down gives us indication that there is somebody down there. I'm pretty sure there's 3 tank destroyers, or 2 tank destroyers rather, and a light tank down here. The light tank is very likely to be the AMX 1390. Well, it has to be, because that's the only tank they've got, the light tank they've got in the game. But we know, according to the team list, they've got a Borsig and a Scorpion G. And that may be the reason why our team is reluctant to go down into that area. Although the best tank to do that would be the ELC Evan 90, who happens to be on their side of the map at the moment. Got 5 minutes 30 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time to get a cap in. But if we go into that cap area, the enemy is going to start firing at us from the west. So we do need to do something about the west side of the map. Well, the ELC is moving westward, but no, he just goes up to the ridgeline, has a look, and then comes back again. He's going to have to go up there. The T-30 just took some fire. Okay, we're lining up a shot on the T-30. And he's killed. Taken out by our FV4005, who happens to be a blue-rated player. Okay, he's in reload. Okay, we're looking to the west now. Might need to realign the aim here. We know that there's nobody further north on the east side of the map, so we can realign the vehicle so that the entire field of fire encloses the west side of the map and everything in the south. Indication is for the we need to get the ELC to go in and have a look. And there's a bit of conversation going on. The ELC's moving in. They're all getting ready to shoot, except of course the tank that's over on the far east side of the map, which is our mouse. He's moving over the hill. I think he's going to try and approach the enemy cap from the east. The ELC's having a quick look, using that ridgeline for cover. He's going to have to move in. He can't stick there. You've got to move into that tree area. I know because I play the ELC M19 myself a lot, and you can do it. Just need to get in there, find the enemy, get the hell out. And he's been hit, he's been tracked, and he's been taken down. And he was killed by the AMX1390. We fire at the Borsig, get 251, but we now know where they are. So now we're going to have to go in. The ELC was taken down. He should have kept mobile, should have kept weaving and turning at all times, not to stop. And if you are tracked, get moving again quickly. Use your repair kit. Get out of there. That means we've got no eyes in the south, so some of our tank destroyers are now going to have to move in and try and find them. And the best one for doing that would be the Scorpion. We're firing another round in at where the Borsig was last seen, but he doesn't appear to be there. I think he's moved. Now everyone in the game has got a kill except the mouse and the T10. And the best thing for the mouse to do would be to actually go into the cap and start capping and force the enemy to move close to try and shoot at him. He can position himself so he can avoid being damaged. Just needs to hide his lower plate or angle his lower plate against the enemy, and not to give them the side of his vehicle, so to speak, but to angle it. That's the 2-minute hooter. They need to get in the cap now. They need to start capping to force the enemy to come into play. Okay. We get a hit on the enemy Scorpion. We lose our own Scorpion as well, but our T10's been killed, so, and they've got an enemy's got a yeah, they've still got that AMX1390 able to scout for them. The Borsig are able to shoot them from a distance, and the M53, M55 able to Arty them. They've got to get into the cap. If they don't get into the cap soon, they're not going to be able to. Yeah, well, I think now it's in a position whereby they can't cap because the Ferdinand's too far north. The mouse is headed towards the cap, but it's going to take him much longer than a minute to cap out. And we just lost the Ferdinand to the AMX1390, and he's headed this way. We're loaded, and we're auto-aiming. Oh, we got a hit! 414 hit points, and I think he was tracked, but we've got a long reload now, and the AMX is starting to fire at us, and he took us out.
This vehicle has had it.
And there's 42 seconds left on the clock, and our last remaining tank is the mouse. He is capping, but he is being hit. Oh no, he stopped capping. He's now moving west. Well, he fires at the Borsig, but doesn't get any damage, and again, hit by the Arty. Oh dear. Well, this is going to end up a draw for sure, I think, because I doubt if they'll be able to kill the mouse in the sufficient time. He has taken some Arty rounds. You can see there on the side. Oh, one of those rounds was a penetration. And yes, the clock's run out. It is a draw. That was very sad. That shouldn't have happened, really. And here's the end of battle results. It's the second class tanker for Firekitty in the M53, M55. She also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. She got 18. A Gore's medal for 10 times more damage than the hit points of her own vehicle. And she also got a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on her team. But let's have a look at the team scores. Well, she didn't get the highest damage. That went to the Borsig. He managed to get the high caliber. He did 4,666 hit points of damage, whereas Firekitty managed 4,467. So she was well up there on damage, but the Borsig just managed to get slightly more at the end. When it came to kills, unfortunately, she only managed to get 1, which put her in joint 3rd position on her own team. The highest score was the FV4005 on her own team, and the 1390 that killed her on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, well, Firekitty was right at the top of her own team, 566, but the highest scorer overall was the AMX 1390, and he stayed alive the entire battle, and he was spotting a lot for his team, which is one of the reasons why he earned such a high amount of base XP, because you can see here, although he did damage, total damage of 2,969 hit points, he had spotting damage of 5,911, and that's why his base XP was so high. So let's have a look at the detail report. Well, she fired 14 rounds during the battle. She got 6 direct hits, 6 penetrations, 7 splash. Damage of 4,467 hit points, of which 4,053 were at more than 300 meters. She received 2 hits from the AMX 1390, and they were both penetrations. And she damaged 10 of the enemy, 2/3 of the enemy team, and killed only 1 of them. She also did stun assistance of 225 hit points off 12 stuns. On a premium count, she earned 46,290 credits, and she gets the Achievements Award because she got the Epic Medals, the Confederate and the Gore's Medal, so she adds another 5,587 credits to that. And after repair, ammunition, resupply, she took home 11,973 credits. Interesting to note that if she'd actually been playing a standard account, she would have made a loss, but because she was playing a premium count, she came away with a profit. She also earned 849 XP, got the Achievements Award here again, 492, so took away 1,341 experience points altogether. I think really what sums up that battle is that the other members of Firekitty's team did have the opportunity to get into the cap and to force a hard cap, that is to get 3 members in the cap as quickly as possible, and to line them up in such a way that even if they hit one of them, the mouse, then the others were protected behind it, and that would have forced their Arty to keep firing at the cap. But since he could only fire once every 30-35 seconds, it would have made it difficult for the enemy not to stop a cap in force, and so they lost the opportunity to cap out and force the enemy out of their corner. As it is as well, that ELC Evan 90, he could have gone in there quicker, and if the Ferdinand and the Scorpion G had moved further south, then they could have spotted and killed the enemy tanks that the ELC went in and quickly found and came back out again. But that ELC allowed himself to get shot and tracked, and that was the end of him. And as a result, then they had to do their own spotting, and it ended up with them all getting killed, just the mouse remaining. So I'm afraid it was a missed opportunity there, because I think they probably could have capped, and I think it was also a bit of a mistake for the mouse to go over the hill, but that was because he was an inexperienced player. He shouldn't have gone over the hill because the mouse is a very slow tank. He should have come down the other on the flat through the village and then crossed over the railway line and into the cap. So sadly it was a draw. Nobody won, but there was an opportunity there to win, and they failed to take it. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.